Hello, my name is MJ and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, thank you for watching this video and please ensure that you subscribe to this channel before you leave. I promise this channel is one of the best channels out there, especially if you're a registered nurse or you know someone planning to be a registered nurse or you want to become a registered nurse. Then this is one channel that you should be subscribed to. However, on this channel I share a lot of tips with you, every information, lifestyle in UK, travel, nursing, any information that I believe that you will find useful. Trust me to share it on this channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for keeping up with me on this channel. I do not take any of your support for granted. So in this video today, I'm going to be sharing a very important information with you, which is about how to structure your CV to fit the CV format we use in the United Kingdom, either as an healthcare assistant, a carer, or even a registered nurse. Believe me, this information is generic and will work for everyone. So if this sounds like a kind of information that you will find useful, then kindly keep watching this video. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how to, write a killer CV. Okay. And just to let you know, this information is generic and everybody can use it. Either you're an healthcare assistant, you want to be a carer in the UK, you want to be a registered nurse in the UK, this CV works for you. Okay, and there are certain things that you need to take out of your CV. That you will need to take out of your CV if you still have them after watching this video. Okay, so for applications in the UK, there's a way we structure our CV, and if you really want to learn more about this, just keep watching this video. Make sure you do not skip any part of this video at all, just so you don't miss out on a very key or important piece of information. Okay, so I'm going to give you the templates to write in your CV for jobs in the UK. Right, I'm going to also tell you the things that should not be in your CV and why they should not be in your CV, and and I'm also going to drop some extra tips for you to get that job. Okay, so let's get right to it. The first thing I want to tell you, we need to discuss is what are the things that should not be in your CV. Okay, I have 3 things here that should not be in your CV. You're writing the CV, you need to understand that it is serious business. Okay, it is serious business. I think before I go right to that, in the UK we have 2 forms of CV, I'll say. So most hospitals or most organizations that you want to recruit for, most organizations now, their application is online. So they depending on whichever platform or website they're using, right, there's always an online template, already made template for your CV. Okay, so all you have to do is just input this information right in the using the templates. Okay, and you can save it, and you can use that particular CV for any other similar job application. Okay, a lot of people feel like one CV can fit all your application, but that is not true, because depending on your specialty you're applying for, depending on the role that you're applying for, your CV will continue to change just to suit those applications. Okay, so it is very important that in writing your CV you look out for certain things. Okay, so we have the online CV, and then we have the the traditional CV that we all used to do, sending as attachment. Please find below my attached CV. Right, so those are the 2 kinds of CVs that we have. okay, and we make use of in the UK. So depending on the form of application, you will either send the traditional form of CV, or you will fill a template online to make your application, depending on the application. Okay, so either ways, yeah, the reason why you also either you're applying on these websites, or you are applying directly to the hospital or the organization by attaching your CV to an application email, right? You still need to have a proper traditional CV. Okay, so even if you're applying online, you still need to have a proper CV, like have it in your file. Okay, and the reason is it makes it easier for you to fill in the online CV. I don't know if you get what I mean, right? It just makes it easier for you to fill the online CV, I believe. What are the things that should not be in your CV? What are the things that you need to take out of your CV if you have it, right? What is your picture doing in your CV? I understand that some people go through some templates and they put their picture. Either you like it or not, right? This country, yeah, there is still subtle racism. Yeah, some people, there is still this inter-organizational racism. Some people are still racists, okay, and this is how they show their own form of racism. Okay, so now you, most likely a black person, you're putting your CV, and someone that doesn't like a black person will say, okay, no, they already have the bias mindset towards you. So no, your picture should not be in your CV. No, it's a no. Okay, another thing that should not be in your CV, yeah, is your demographic data. Your age, my age is this, height, state of origin, nationality. Hello, hello, they are not necessary in your CV. Come on, you don't need to have these things in your CV, because these things are leaving room for racists to even trash your application. Yeah, I'm not saying every organization is racist, but we have them. Whether you like it or not, we still have them. So please take those things out of your CV. Okay, and then the other thing that should not be in your CV is hobbies. Instead of calling it hobbies, because you're trying to really make this professional, right? Instead of making it hobbies, make it your areas of interest. Okay, you can change that to areas of interest. Okay, what's hobbies? What's hobbies? I'm sorry. Please take it out. Okay, it's not giving the formal feeling. It's not giving someone that knows what they're doing kind of CV. And the way you come off in your CV, it's your CV a lot of times tells your personality. Some employers can read your personality from your CV. So it's really important that you do things right, and put things the right way, and you're gonna get a good result from that. Okay, one last thing is references in your CV. Are they important? Well, not really, yeah, but if it's an online CV, they will ask. Okay, they'll ask for your references, and you can then choose if you want them to contact your referees before the interview or after the interview, whatever. Yeah, but most of the time they will not contact your referees until you've passed the interview and you've probably been selected for the offer, for the job or something. Okay, so these are the important things that you need to note and take out from your CV. Another mistake a lot of people do is that instead of having their own CV either reviewed for them, either reviewed for them by a professional or someone that has experience in their particular specialty in that country. For instance, myself, I do review CVs for people, for nurses generally and care assistants. Yeah, and it's not free, of course, for a token actually. Yeah, and it makes sense that you need to have a CV and then I'll review that. I don't think it makes sense for you to have someone write your CV for you completely, right? So I feel like it's better for you to be familiar with your CV and get someone to review it instead. Okay, so your CV needs to be properly structured, and you need to use the right tenses, right vocabularies, make it clear and concise, be consistent with your fonts when editing your CV. Okay, so now that we've talked about the things that should not be in your CV, the things that you need to take out from your CV, Sister BC, let us then go to the CV template itself. Okay, like I said earlier, right? Your CV speaks a lot about your personality. When they're going through your CV, before they invite you for an interview, they've checked your CV and they know the kind of person they want to meet. Okay, now for the UK CV template, yeah, the way the CV works, right? It is very, very important that when writing your CV, you have a copy of the job description with you. The job description, person specification, have it with you so you can print it out when you need to edit your CV. That is if the CV is either online or you need to attach it as an email, okay, a direct email application. Have a copy of the job description and person specification with you, and I'll talk to you about what we will be needing this for. Okay, so now the most important things we have talked about is that work on the vocabularies, use consistent fonts, make sure you're good with paraphrasing and keeping your points simple in bullet points, right? And always, highlight your skills, highlight your duties and responsibilities, and like I said, that hobbies, please replace it with area of interest. Okay, and always make sure that you give your CV to someone to review for you. Yeah, and check out your mistakes, check out things that you need to balance. Okay, so this is a format that I normally use for people that I review their CVs for them. Okay, and it's not to brag, but everyone that I have reviewed their CV, they always get a job and they're in the UK. Most of them are in the UK. Not because of the CV I reviewed for them, I would say. They also put in the work, honestly. So the first thing about your personal data, the only thing that we need in your personal data, right, is your name, your full name, right, and your address. You can keep that on top of the page and just leave it like an header. Okay, we don't care about your age. We don't care about your picture. Remember, we don't care about your state of origin. We don't care about your local government area. No, take it out. We do not want it. We do not care. Okay, the first thing is your personal data. Okay, and then the next is your like a summary of yourself, like a personal profile, like a summary, something like a quick summary of your experience, your knowledge, very quick and short summary of your your knowledge, your strength, your achievement, very, very short. Leave that like a quick summary or personal profile, and then thirdly, you then go to your skills. So a lot of people get this wrong. A lot of people mix up skills with roles and duties, or duties and responsibilities. They are not the same. Okay, so duties and responsibilities are simply your job description. Okay, let me put it that way. They are your job description, what you do at your job. Okay, for instance, maybe you're a healthcare assistant, you assist in bed making, you assist in feeding the patient, you assist in checking the patient's regular daily weight, daily weight for the patient, giving patient bed baths. you know these are your jobs. These are your job description. That is why you need to print out your job description, remember. And the person specification will work for your personal profile, and also to write down your simple profile summary. Okay, I hope you're getting how this works now. And then for your skills, these are your competencies. Okay, these are competencies, core competencies that you have that are very, very relevant to the role that you're applying for. For instance, as a theater nurse, if I'm applying for a theater nurse role, the kind of competencies that I will put will be, say maybe I can use a particular device very well, right? Maybe I am very, very competent in making use of a resin machine, making use of laser machine. I have competencies in these areas. These are your skills. Okay, these are competencies. So your skills is literally competencies, and then your roles and responsibilities, or duties and responsibilities, this is your job description. So when you're filling your skills, use person specification, what skills that they require for you to have in that particular role, right? And then when you're filling your duties and responsibilities, make use of the job description that they have provided in that application. I'm not saying just copy and paste it, but use it to define your roles and responsibilities. Okay, so now we've discussed your personal data, we've discussed your personal profile or your profile summary. First thing on your format is the personal data. Okay, your personal data, I have said it earlier that we do not care about your demographic data, we don't care about your nationality, your state of origin, your local government area. Oh my God, we don't care. It's not important. Okay, it should not be there. The only thing we care about is your full name and your address. And your address can simply be Turkey. Your address can simply be Nigeria. Your address can simply be Barbados. Like, simple. Keep it simple. Okay, no one wants to come and visit you in your house. And then the second is your personal profile or your profile summary. Remember, I told you that you need to print out your person specification and your job description. So person specification will work for your personal profile or your profile summary. Okay, and your profile summary is simply you talking about your up-to-date knowledge, experience that you have accrued so far, simple and concise to fit in the person specification. Okay, and then we go to the third, which is your skills. Okay, for your skills, a lot of people mix up skills with job duties and responsibilities. They are not the same, they are different. So your skills, these are your competencies. These are core competencies that you have that are quite important, or how will I put it, that they are very, very key to the current application, very valid and valuable to the current application. These are the core competencies that you present. So if you're applying as a SK assistant, you can, your skills can be, you have, maybe you have a training, a competency in setting cannula, IV cannula, or you have competencies in taking patients daily weight or something. Really key core competencies that are really, really specific to the application. Now on the other hand, or for instance, as a theater nurse now, my core competencies and the skills that the core competencies which I'm saying, maybe I have a competency in using or setting up a laser machine. Okay, it is a competency. Okay, it is a skill that I have. I'm very good at it. It is my strength. Okay, on the other hand, duties and responsibilities are, that is your job description. Okay, so that would be, oh, for me it would be, oh, setting up the operating theater preoperatively for a surgery, ensuring the sterility of instrument, care of preoperative visit of patient. These are my job description. This is the duties and responsibilities. For you as a care assistant, it might be that, checking patients daily weight and monitoring their diet or something. Bed making, preparation of patients' bed, feeding or assisting in feeding patients, bed bath for patients. All of these things are always in your job description. I am not saying you should copy them like copy and paste, but use your job description to define your duties and responsibilities. Okay, the job description that's provided in the job, of course, that you're trying to apply for. Okay, and then we go to your work history. So usually for work history, you need to start from the most recent. Okay, you need to start from the most recent to the oldest. Okay, so you start, for instance, now where you're currently working. That is where you will start from. You will name the name of this hospital, you state your role in the hospital, and then you put the date, the starting date and the end date. And if it's ongoing, you put the date and you just put ongoing or till date or something. So it is important that for your work history, you start from the most recent and make sure that the dates are correct. And you also need to fill in gaps. So if between your work, you had to take a break, maybe you had to go for maternity leave, or you had to go for vacation, or you had to take a break between a particular job, transitioning between another role, whatsoever gap that you had in your work history, you need to fill it in. So depending on the number of years of experience that they are requesting, okay, which covers your work and your education, right, they will need you to completely fill it without any gap. Okay, without any gap. So if it is a 2 years experience needed, you need to fill in every gap. Okay, you must not leave a gap. Everything has to be completely 2 years or more. It has to, as long as you fill the gap. So either it's a vacation or it's an annual leave, or you just took a break off work, maybe you have to take care of your family, you have to take care of a sick family member, anything whatsoever it is, just make sure that you fill the gap. Okay, and then we talk about your educational history or your educational background. Okay, and this also, you need to start from the most recent. Okay, start from the most recent, and also add any relevant extra qualification or trainings that you have that can also boost your chances of getting the job. Okay, so for instance, I remember when I was trying to apply for a band 6 role, I did a training back in my country, Nigeria, in I think staff management and something. I can't really remember it right now, but it's a training that I had it. And if there's any other special training that you've taken that will help you, that fits into the person specification or what do we expect of you in your role, you need to also include it. Okay, I also want to make an example. If you're doing a degree, for instance, and you have certain modules that you did, right, you can also separate them. So most of the online application CV, right, they always have, you can input the name of the university, and then also each modules that you took, you can, each subject, modules, right, you can input them separately, and you can now paste specific highlight on a particular course or module that really fit the application. For instance, if you are applying for an infection control role and you have done a course on infection control, lay emphasis on it, like really catching on it. Okay, so that is it for your educational background. One other thing I want to talk about with your work history is that it is important that once you're including the hospital that you worked at, include the particular specialty that you worked at. So for instance, maybe you did about 6 months in accident and emergency. You need to put accident and emergency. So if it's a male surgical ward, you need to put it, this particular hospital, male surgical ward, and then you put the year you started and the year it ended, or the month it started and the month it ended. Come to the end of this video. I hope that you find it useful, and if you did find it useful, make sure you share with someone, save, share, watch, tag someone to the channel, and make sure that you make use of all the information I have shared with you in this video. If you got any question for me, drop into the comment section, and I always make my new content based on the questions that I got, and this is one of them. Okay, so trust me, I listen to you, I am watching. I might not get the opportunity to respond to everyone, but I will respond with a video. Okay, make sure to check all of my other videos, and I'm sure you will find something for yourself. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye.